While I was away, I got a lot of messages about Aquarius and long distance relationships. So today we're going to have a little chat about the long distance relationship because I want to just give you guys some things to think about. There's pros and cons, with everything in life. So we're going to talk a little bit about that, and then I'm going to get your opinion. So after the video is over, please let me know what you think about long distance relationships, whether you're Aquarius or not. So first, let me do the introduction. I am Queen Osset Haru, and thank you for joining me for another wonderful edition of Ask an Aquarius. If you haven't already, please hit the red subscribe button and smack the bell. Also, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and pass it on to somebody else who might like it too. Let me see. Please leave us a positive comment in the comment section. And if you want to get a reading done, if you want to send me something from my Amazon wish list, for example, Christmas is coming up, or if you want to email me, hit me up on social media. If you want to get some Ask an Aquarius merchandise, any of the above, go underneath this video and you'll see so much information, more information than you probably even knew, even wanted to know. Okay, let me see, and please stick around to the end of the video because I'm going to read two positive comments from previous videos and respond to them. Okay? All right, guys. So let's talk about Aquarius and long distance relationships. I've had a lot of long distance relationships. I think it really depends. When you ask about Aquarius in general and long distance relationships, it's not unfavorable. Because listen, Aquarius really enjoy different kinds of relationships. Some Aquarius long distance is not going to be the thing. It's not going to work. But for some of us, it absolutely is. Aquarius like alternative kinds of relationships. You see polyamorous Aquarius. You see Aquarius in open relationships. You see Aquarius who are in all kinds of like non-heteronormative relationships, such as two women, two men, three women, three men, two women and a man. You see Aquarius doing all kinds. Monogamy is good for some Aquarius. I know I'm a monogamous Aquarius, so you get all kinds of different styles of relationships that Aquarius are open to. We're also open to very meaningful platonic relationships. So for Aquarius, having a long distance relationship isn't a bad thing. It just really depends on the person because I've always been open. I've had a lot of open, not open, but a lot of long distance relationships. And I've always been great with it because, listen, Aquarius likes to have a lot of freedom. That we're the sign of freedom, friendship and freedom. So if Aquarius can be cool with that, because it gives us a lot of freedom. It just depends on how much intimacy and connection. Because see, when you're doing a long distance relationship, don't even get it twisted. Y'all have to still nurture that relationship. Y'all have to do things together. I'm actually doing a video in a couple of days about things for couples to do who are in long distance relationships, because you have to still nurture the relationship. You gotta, do little dates together, for example. I noticed that some couples who have long distance relationships, they'll like get on let's say Facebook Messenger or Skype or some kind of video conferencing a program, and they'll sit there together and eat a meal together. Some of them will watch a movie together with that meal and then discuss the movie. If you have a long distance relationship, you have to do things like that. You have to keep the intimacy and the closeness going in the relationship. So many Aquarius, yes, are going to be okay with that because it's one of those alternative type of relationships. We get to have our freedom, we get to have a meaningful connection, and we can come together sometimes. Sometimes I can come see you and you can come see me. But this is the thing, I'm going to tell you. With an Aquarius, that may not last forever. Okay? Because I notice with a lot of Aquarius, eventually they want one of them or both of them to move. For a lot of Aquarius, this is not a forever kind of thing. It can be done in the short term is what I'm saying. So in Aquarius, most of us, we would be open to doing something like that. But the deeper the feelings get, the more we're going to want to see the other person. And I think this is true for most signs, but I know some zodiac signs who tell me they won't even attempt an open they won't even attempt a long distance relationship because they know up front they want touch, especially if your love language is physical touch. This is going to be very difficult for you. But like I said, for an Aquarius, we're mostly mental and emotional with everything. So for a little while, like if for instance if your lover was in the army or the Navy. Some Aquarius would have no problems with that. It's like a what, 4-year commitment, something like that. And I think you can also move with the person. So a lot of Aquarius would not mind that. It just, like I said, depends on what their love language is, really. I know a lot of Aquarius who are in, have been in a long distance relationship. Or let's say, for example, your lover works someplace far away. Like I know an Aquarius that works like overseas for like a couple of months out of the year, comes back, and then goes back overseas a couple of months out of the year and comes back. And this Aquarius that is doing the back and forth is in a relationship with somebody who's in the States. So in essence, they're in a long distance relationship a few months repeatedly throughout the year. So they don't have a problem with it. That Aquarius thinks that is awesome. But also remember, like I said before, they're doing things, they're having intimacy, they're also seeing each other sometimes. So yeah, I definitely do think that an Aquarius could be successful in a long distance relationship. Now, the other question you have to ask yourself is your Aquarius a Aquarius who has integrity? Is this an Aquarius who's going to be faithful? Are they going to be trustworthy? This is a big consideration for any sign. But for me, if I was in this type of relationship, that's going to be something I need to know, because you're not going to see this person. Is that going to be okay with you? Are you going to be able to be, especially if it's monogamous, are you going to be able to be in this monogamous relationship? Or do you want to have an open relationship when the other person is away? See, these are the kind of things that you have to establish with your boundaries. And everybody's answer is going to be a little bit different based on what you're comfortable with. I don't want to be in a long distance relationship with somebody who's in a relationship with another person or persons. I would rather not be. But somebody else might be like, well, when you're there, you're there. Well, I'm not there, so it's not a big deal. Just don't throw it in my face, for example. Like some people will say things like that. So it's up to you what boundaries you create in your relationship. And what's good for you may not be good for me. So yeah, I think stick around. Stick around for that long distance video I'm going to do. I'm going to do one that talks about things you can do in that relationship to keep the intimacy going. All right. So thank you for that question, you guys that asked me about that. All right, our first positive comment came from Jordan Oliver. What's up, Jordan? My boy, what's up? Jordan said, most people don't change. They carry the same toxic behaviors that drove them apart in the first place. I see no point in repeating karmic lessons. It was bad enough the first time. Great content, Queen. You're amazing. Yeah, most people don't change. And that's not to say that people can't change, because I've changed and I've seen other people I know change. They wanted to change, they saw something they didn't like, I saw things I didn't like, and they moved to change them. So people can change. The problem is most people don't. He's right. Most people just don't choose to do the work. That's the bottom line. So if the person doesn't choose to do the work, the same toxic behaviors they had at 20 are going to be the same toxic behaviors they have at 50. I've lived long enough to see people that I was a child with, a teenager with, still have the same toxic behaviors as middle-aged adults. So you're 100% correct. Jennifer Gray. Hi, Jennifer. Jennifer said, when Queen said about being healthy, she took the time to pause and look me straight in the eye. Laugh out loud. I had to replay it twice. I need to be healthy. My body, my mind, and relationships. It's getting to the point where single is the way to go. I cannot find anyone that is serious about romance. Nope, nope, nope. So I look within me. My God, the universe, Queen always gives the best advice, not only to us Aquarius, but to everyone. Thank you, Queen. You are very welcome. And you know something that really hit me is when you said it seems hard. Dating is really difficult nowadays. Um, and a lot of people are choosing to stay single. That makes me sad though. I understand why it's happening, but it makes me sad because all my life I've been a hopeless romantic. And I do believe in love. And I do believe that with manifestation, you can draw to you the right person. I don't think it's always easy. I think sometimes it's easier than others. You know, I know people who met their person by accident, you know, so for them it was really easy. But for other people, you know, it seems to be a little bit more difficult. So I think going within is smart because I think it starts within. I think drawing the right person to you starts with being the right person for them. So if I want this amazing person to come into my life, I need to be an amazing person. That's what I've always thought. So I've always been working on myself. Like, if I can be better, you know, then this person, I'm going to feel worthy of them. If I'm screwed up, I'm not going to feel worthy of this person, you know? So I think going with this is the first step to getting a great relationship. So I think that's awesome, man. And thank you so much for watching the show. And come back soon because I got a lot more to say. See y'all later.